What's up, nerds? It's a brand new month, which means it's time for our monthly picks for top 10 releases. March has a few hidden gems that we'd like to highlight, but we'll just tell you now that even though the Kingdom Hearts series PC release isn't officially on it, we still think you should play it. To be honest, the only reason they're not on the list is that the games are already officially available. But enough about Kingdom Hearts. On to the list. Balan Wonderworld marks the return of legendary game developers Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima to the limelight. Once the creative trailblazers at Sega, they now return under the helm of Square Enix to deliver what many hope to be an homage to all things Sega, with apparent influences from legendary Sega IPs such as Nights into Dreams and Sonic the Hedgehog. Balan Wonderworld looks like something that would be right at home on the Sega Dreamcast. With the demo currently available, it's clear that even though this game isn't exactly going to change the world, at the very least, it will be a reintroduction to the design style of Yuji Naka and the iconic artwork of Naoto Oshima. There is some beautiful music and a virtual pet element similar to the Chow Garden in Sonic Adventure to top it off. This one definitely looks to be a love letter to longtime Sega fans. Using perspective to solve puzzles isn't necessarily new to the genre, but it is still entertaining when executed correctly. Maquette lets players use their imagination to progress through many mysterious environments, unlocking new paths by picking up items and staging them in a way that might seem off-putting at first. Interacting with the sides of objects and using items in unique ways will help you get through the challenging and cryptic puzzle layout. Still, there's a narrative that we are definitely looking forward to uncovering. Monster Hunter World is no doubt epic, but at the same time, it also feels right to have another entry on a Nintendo platform. Monster Hunter Rise looks to be a significant graphical facelift compared to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, while also incorporating several of the gameplay ideas from Monster Hunter World. Anyone with fond memories playing Monster Hunter on 3DS, Wii U, and Switch should absolutely look forward to this sequel, mostly if the excellent limited demo was any indication of the game's intricate design. Monster Hunter World will still be relevant, but can anything beat the satisfaction of going on an epic hunt in handheld mode? Fans can certainly expect this to be one of the most enjoyable multiplayer offerings on Switch in 2021. Japanese developer Experience has undoubtedly carved its unique formula and niche when it comes to dungeon RPGs. Those who have been out of the loop so far should look forward to the compilation remaster, Saviors of Sapphire Wings and Stranger of Sword City Revisited. As you may have guessed from that mouthful of a title, these are two completely different games bundled in one convenient package. Saviors of Sapphire Wings is an interesting title. It is basically a remake of a remake, where the original version of the game was actually Students of Round on Xbox 360. Students of Round would later get ported to other platforms, before being remade as Blue Winged Chevalier back in 2019 for PS Vita. And so Saviors of Sapphire is based on that release. Anyone after a satisfying dungeon RPG adventure featuring great artwork simply can't go wrong with this collection. If you've been waiting for a fun co-op experience, then It Takes Two by Hazelight Studios might just be the game for you and your gaming partner. An action-adventure platformer featuring a vibrant graphical style, the game has players take control of Cody and May, a separated couple who get transformed into dolls by a magical spell and must now find a way to undo it. The point of this adventure for them is to work together under the guidance of Dr. Hakim, who just happens to write the literal book of love. Or maybe he's Peter Gabriel. In delivering a touching lesson on companionship and compromise, the game will literally force you to find someone to partner with, as it cannot be played in a single player mode. Thankfully, the co-op gameplay can be achieved both offline and online, and regardless of who you end up playing this game with, remember that love and companionship come in all shapes and forms. Love Live! School Idol Festival Yeah, I'm not reading all of that. This video game adaptation of the Love Live franchise brings rhythm music shenanigans from the arcades into the comfort of your home on PS4. Launching as a free-to-play title on the PlayStation Store, Love Live will feature a full selection of songs and characters, with additional songs and costumes to be purchased via different DLC packs that will allow fans to handpick their favorite songs and costumes to their liking. How the arcade experience translates to home consoles remains to be seen. But in an age when going to an arcade isn't exactly an option for the foreseeable future, the PS4 might come in handy. Alright, fine. Say it all together now. Love Live School Idol Festival After School Activity YY Home Meeting. The Binding of Isaac is a modern-day classic in every sense, situating an arcade-style top-down shooter into a deep, dungeon crawling setting that is filled with secrets and possibilities, and not to mention the dark and brooding lore surrounding it all. The Binding of Isaac Repentance is likely going to be high on the list of many gamers. The latest looks to further build on the improvements we saw in The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Although you can't go wrong with any of these games, it just feels like the right time to have another expanded edition of this indie classic. Fans can look forward to more challenging shooting action with a ton more secrets to discover. The long-running Split from Harvest Moon has managed to hold its own and create its own identity in the process. The latest in the series has players step into Olive Town. Similar in its premise and design to previous entries, fans who can't get enough of the fantastical farming simulator won't need much convincing to get their hands dirty once more when they step into Olive Town in Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. After much delay in pre-testing, Kaze and the Wild Mask is finally ready to launch in its complete build. Starring Kaze, who looks to be parts Jazz the Jackrabbit and parts Sonic the Hedgehog, players can expect a 90s-style, toad-filled platformer featuring cool action set pieces and high kinetic gameplay. Like any platforming classic from the 90s, players can look forward to tight level design and plenty of epic boss encounters. With so many indie platformers taking the Metroidvania path these days, Kaze will certainly stand out to anyone who grew up playing games like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Dynamite Headdy. Nausea is a mystery about something named Nausea, who is certainly pretending to be human. Nausea does whatever they can to get close, trick, and deceive you, and their only goal is to eradicate each person in the vicinity of the universe. What makes things worse is that this game takes place on a spaceship where Nausea is currently present and everyone is suspect. Players will need to formulate a plan if they hope to survive. Those who are most suspicious will be put into a cold sleep to keep the threat of Nausea at bay. Yeah, we are as excited as you are. And that's our list. Thanks for watching. Please let us know what you're looking forward to in March in the comments below.